Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy Dewan, and I am back. I am back with my picks of the week. Last week I went 5 and 6. And so if you did not see that, it's actually up on my YouTube of the picks that I have for NFL Week 1. Week 2 of the NFL season. Today we have the Commanders versus the Packers. And although I believe that the Packers are probably one of the best teams in the NFL right now, I can't stand it to pick them 2 times. So I'm going to go with the Commanders to actually defeat the Packers. The Giants versus the Cowboys. The Cowboys actually could have won last week versus the Eagles if it wasn't for a few drops. But I don't think that the Cowboys are going to drop much this game. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys to defeat the Giants. I think that Jackson Dart actually gets in the game and throws his first NFL touchdown. Seahawks versus the Steelers, and I think Aaron Rodgers is starting to do some Aaron Rodgers stuff again, so I'm going to definitely pick the Steelers and that steel curtain of a defense to defeat the Seahawks. All right, next up we have the Rams and the Titans. Shout out to the Titans for giving me my shot to play in the NFL, but I think that Cam Ward actually struggles once again, and I think that Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense actually gets busy and the Rams defeat the Titans. So we have the Bills versus the Jets, and I think that Justin Fields, I did not want to even get rid of Justin Fields in Chicago, but that's a story for a whole nother time. So I think that Justin Fields is actually playing good, and I can see him playing good again, but I don't think that they have enough to defeat Josh Allen and the Bills, so I'm going to pick the Bills to defeat the Jets. So we have the Dolphins versus the Patriots, and the way that the Dolphins looked last week, I can't help but to pick the Patriots, so I'm going to pick the Patriots to defeat the Dolphins. Jaguars versus the Bengals. I think Hunter actually scores his first NFL touchdown this game. That's just my prediction, but I think that Jamar Chase and Burrow and the Bengals are just going to be a little bit too much for the Jags, so I'm going to pick the Bengals over the Jags. All right, so we have the 49ers versus the Saints, and I don't see the Saints going marching into many victories this year. Even without Purdy, I see the 49ers defeating the Saints. We have the Browns versus the Ravens. The Browns with a very good defense, but I know that the Ravens have way too much offense to combat the Browns defense, and the Ravens actually rushed for 300 plus yards this game, and the Ravens defeat the Browns. Our next game, we have the Bears versus the Lions, and I think that Ben Johnson walks into the Lions Superdome or wherever they call it now, and the Bears defeat the Lions. I'm always going to pick the Bears for the record. All right, next we have the Broncos versus the Colts, and I think that Bo Nix and the Broncos are actually, Daniel Jones actually looked pretty darn good with the Colts. I picked Daniel Jones to have another good game, and the Colts are actually going to defeat the Broncos. Next up, we have the Panthers versus the Cardinals, and the Panthers just still don't have it. And I think that the Cardinals are going to get going. So Cardinals are going to defeat the Panthers. All right, now we have a rematch of the Super Bowl, Eagles versus the Chiefs. I don't see the Chiefs doing that great this year, but the Eagles didn't look that good either. But I'm still going to pick the Eagles to repeat the Super Bowl, and I'm going to have the Eagles defeat the Chiefs. Next up, we have the Falcons versus the Vikings, and I don't think that the Falcons have what it takes to rise up above the Vikings in that defense, so we're going to pick the Vikings to defeat the Falcons. All right, now the Buccaneers and the Texans. I do think that, I don't know, I'm having a tough time with this one because I like Baker Mayfield and the way that he's playing in the Buccaneers, but I'm going to roll with C.J. Stroud and the Texans on this one. The Texans actually defeat the Buccaneers. And then for the Monday night, we have the Chargers versus the Raiders. And the Raiders last week, that was a lucky game. I don't see the Raiders winning more than 3 or 4 games. And the way that the Chargers looked last week, I can see the Chargers being one of the top 5 teams in the NFL. So we're going to go with the Chargers defeating the Raiders. Let me know in the comments below what your picks are for NFL Week 2. All right, it's Dewan, and I am out.